What do you at, YouTube? Travis House here again with another review. Today we got the Geertop Bivvy tent. It's my first bivvy I've ever had. Usually I just buy a Canadian Tire tent for 34 bucks. It'll last the whole trip. This time I figured I'd treat myself to something a little bit more luxurious and stealthy too, which is the main reason I got this. So I haven't set this up yet. I'm gonna set it up now for you guys and see how it goes. I'm sure it's not rocket appliances, but it's always fun trying out a new tent. Hey, bye. So right off the bat, I'm taking it out of this, and she's got a camo fly, which is most of the reason I bought it, other than it being small profile. It's the camo fly, because sometimes when you're hitchhiking, you want to be camping in places you're definitely not supposed to be camping in, and most often those places have a little bit of wooded cover, if you're lucky, I suppose. So that'd help out a lot. I guess camo wouldn't really help you out too much in the city, but maybe. So we got the instructions here. I'm probably gonna disregard them as, it's a tent. It's a tent. I might end up needing them, who knows. It's wrapped up with this little pull strap. You take that off, you got yourself a tent. I'll roll it out. Oh wow, that's kind of wider than I thought. Looks kind of nice. I'll get the camera down here now too. So now I guess I'll put the poles in while I'm getting eaten by nippers. I'm bleeding here. I guess the big one's probably for the big side. Hey, bye. First off, the poles are no bullshit. They're just poles, not even painted. I'm sure this is so exciting to watch. All right. And that's the bottom. And now comes the stakes. And off the bat, the stakes are kind of shitty. Little grooves in them there to catch the paracord or whatever. So that's what it looks like erected. So right off the bat here, you got two ways to get in, either side. They both have these zippers and mesh on them. There's only 3 pegs to make this shape. One on the back, and you got 2 up here in the front. And that's it. Inside, you have a fair amount of space. And one of these classic put all your shit in compartments. Got one of them too. Big fire precaution sticker. This tent does not do well with fire. So remember to never smoke in your tent unless you gotta smoke in your tent, and then be careful about smoking in your tent. Because it only takes one amber to ruin the whole thing. Or pop your mattress. Both are tragic. Mattress is probably worse. Alright, so now I'll make her complete, put the fly on, seal her up, and see how she looks. That's the arse end, this is the nose. Like that. Oh, get out of here. Now they gave me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more pegs, and I wonder if there's 5 places for them, or... There's these clips that go around too on 4 points, and they help keep everything nice and sturdy. Probably put the clips in before the stakes. This is pretty cool. I can tie this off to something, and you got a vent up here. This is on the head end of her. And it also has vents down here by the arse end of her. You can zip them right up. You can put whatever you want, really. You can put your shoes in there. There's a Velcro piece here that keeps things secure. Oh, there's a couple of Velcro pieces. They're really not in there that well, so maybe you'd want to super glue them or shoe glue them in. And there she is with her Jimmy on. So I suppose it's about that time I see what it's like inside, considering I'm going to be spending a lot of my time in here. Oh, okay. So, oh fuck! Friggin' stump. So first thing off the bat, there's definitely a lot more room in here than I thought there was. It might actually even be wide enough to fit my pack lengthwise there, which would help a lot. I like it in here. Pull the fly down just to get the effect. I bet you guys didn't know this, but this little eye hole in your tent, it's for your glasses, dog. What you think? It's like all tents, you can roll up your fly and wrap it up in this thing here, so you're not hotboxing yourself. I'd still be pretty careful with this one. It was just over $100 and the material's not the finest things it could be made out of. But if you're careful, I cannot see you really damaging this too much. And really importantly, it's pretty lightweight. I think the site said 1.5 kilograms. It's definitely lighter than my 2-man tent I was lugging around previously. It rolls up real nice. I think it's gonna be a real treat to sleep in. The pros, super stealthy. You can get away with sleeping in some places you probably wouldn't have. Real light, probably 2-ish pounds, 2.5 pounds. It's camo, so you're invisible right off the bat. Lots of room to roll around, read a book, contemplate life, stare at the ceiling because you could have sworn you just heard a pack of coyotes and they're closing in on you. Imagine this is really nice if you got a wicked day and you don't expect any rain. You don't have to put your fly up because it's mostly mesh, to be honest. Like, it's got a good breeze if you need it. It'd definitely be beautiful just to sit in here and take a look around at your surroundings in all directions. So upon getting out those Velcro things, didn't really bother me. They're kind of nice actually. Keep shit all held together, and oh my god, it got sunny since I was inside. So if you're hitching and you want something a little more stealthy than that neon yellow Canadian Tire tent, this is definitely probably what you want, man. I'd say you could have this thing packed up in your bag 5 minutes, no problem. The cons as I see them, the list is kind of short. It's just really shitty pegs, which you can easily fix yourself. And the material's not the greatest. You know, it's not the most durable stuff you've ever, it's not military grade, if you will, although it looks like it. But really for 120 bucks for hitchhiking, I think it's a wicked deal. Because it's not really like a tent you want to hang out in. It's not a tent that you want to be stuck in on a rainy day. You're gonna get pretty claustrophobic in there if you tend to feel that way. What I will mention though is the seam on this case here. I can see myself starting to rip at that a little bit after a couple times. I can already kind of see they're coming loose a little bit up there. So what I do with everything is a bit of shoe goo, and I'd run that all the way up the seam here and around the bottom seam up here as well. That shit will fix anything. For fabric, it's your best friend. It really strengthens the joint. It's not going to tear, and it's waterproof. Whatever, shoe goo will fix anything. So that's it for the Geertop Bivvy tent. If you like this video, please hit like and subscribe because I got eaten by flies doing this, and I might be turned into one by the next time you see me. Peace be the journey, peoples.